Hi, welcome. My name is Emily Good, and today I am going to be telling you the books that I am interested in reading in the month of Nonfiction November. So I'm definitely not going to get to all of these in the month of November, obviously, but this is the list of books that I'm taking to the library, and fate will kind of decide which of these I'm going to read. But I just wanted to tell you what ones I'm kind of interested in, just in case you happen to go to your library and you're like, hey, that book sounded interesting. I want to check it out too. So I'm going to get started. I love nonfiction. I am a huge nonfiction reader. Several of my favorite books, my favorite authors have written nonfiction, and I just connect with those stories. I really love a good memoir. I'm all for Nonfiction November, so I really had so much fun putting together this little list of books. So the first nonfiction book that I am interested in reading is called Travels with Lizbeth by Lars Einer. So Travels with Lizbeth is about a man who lives on the streets for several years with his dog. I don't know if it sounds the most interesting, but if you are interested in it, go to Goodreads and read some of the reviews. It's like a modern day, somebody compared it to like a modern day Huckleberry Finn. It just seems to be super lovely. It tells tales about his life on the streets, starring his dog, and kind of going through different personalities that they've met. I just think that it sounds really, really interesting and fun and alive. So I'm really hoping that the library has that one for me to check out. Okay, so the next book I want to check out at the library is Wave by Sonali Deraniyagala. So this is a memoir, and this woman back in 2004 in Sri Lanka, she loses her parents, her husband, and her 2 children. They all die in this tsunami. So the memoir is taking the reader through what that was like to find out that they were gone, and kind of her trying to pick up the pieces afterwards. I can't imagine losing all of the most important people in my life all at once and me being the one to survive. That's fate for sure. So I just can't even imagine. I feel like it sounds like a really, really, really good read. I always love a memoir, and that one sounds so powerful. So I really, 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 that's definitely like top notch what I hope to read in the month of November. I know that I'm going to sound like a broken record, but this next one, A Life's Work on Becoming a Mother by Rachel Cusk, is again a memoir. It is about becoming a mom, like kind of the early stages of that. And actually, when it first came out, readers were so divided. Like there was a group of people who were actually demanding that her children be taken into protective care, which isn't funny, but it kind of is. If you are a mom, if you were totally honest about your experiences of being a mom, lots of people would probably want to take your children away from you. That's just the way it goes. Motherhood looks different for everybody. I keep thinking and dreaming and sitting down to try, but if I were to write any memoir at this point, it would definitely be about being a mom, just because the experience is so broad. It's such a wild, wild, wild ride. And I would love to read this book that was so completely divided amongst readers, that people were actually wanting her kids to be taken away from her, which makes me, I don't know why it makes me laugh, because it's obviously it's not funny, because I don't know what the book is. I don't know if she was abusing her kids or whatever, but it's like, actually Oprah ended up inviting her on her show to let her try to defend herself. So I just think that it sounds fascinating. It's like about different things like breastfeeding. I think it's just going to kind of encapsulate everything, but it's definitely a book that I feel I need to check out in the month of November. So I hope that is there. Yeah, again, that is A Life's Work on Becoming a Mother by Rachel Cusk. Okay, so the next book on my nonfiction hope to be read is Men We Reaped by Jesmyn Ward. So Jesmyn Ward, in the span of 5 years, she lost many different men who were important to her, like brothers, cousins, friends. They died either by suicide or drugs or different scenarios, but she kind of started asking herself, why are all these people close to me dying? And she starts writing about it and basically puts it together. She grew up in rural Mississippi, so that's where this is taking place, where there's poverty, drugs. She is Black, so her family is Black, her friends are Black, and she starts kind of piecing together what has happened. And I think that, I haven't read the book, obviously, so I don't know, but I think it would just be a really good read. I would like to definitely start diversifying more. I just don't think about it when I go to the library or when I pick up a book, which might be wrong of me. I don't know. But I saw this on a nonfiction list, and I thought that it would be an important read for me. I think that it's so important to like read firsthand, not what the news is saying, not what social media is saying that these problems are, but actually reading a real experience of real people dealing with real struggle, and letting a Black woman tell her friends, family's story. I definitely would love to hear what she has to say, what she discovered. So yeah, again, that's called Men We Reaped by Jesmyn Ward. Okay, so I was just saying that I would like to start kind of trying to diversify my reading, my authors that I read. So the next book that I found is The Woman Warrior by Maxine Kingston. I guess that this was published back in 1977. It is a tale of women's power mixed with folklore, mixed with different like familial strife. They are fleeing from, I think it's Mao to California. And I guess that it's just kind of interwoven. It's not all like memoir, or I think it is memoir, but also like ghost stories in it and things like that. So I think that it sounded really cool. I don't think that I'm doing a very good job at explaining it, but if you do go to Goodreads, it's called The Woman Warrior, and I'm hoping to be able to pick that one up so that I learn more about her experience. Okay, so the next book I want to talk to you about is Fierce Attachments by Vivian, Gornick, and Jonathan Lethem. So Fierce Attachments is about a daughter and her relationship with her mom. So she grew up in the Bronx. Her mom, basically, they're poor. Her mom is intelligent, but she's uneducated. And I guess she has this like romantic, the way it's described is that she has this romantic depression over losing her husband too early. So it kind of sounds like she's just dealing with herself, not really taking care of her daughter. That's what I take from that. And then next door, you have Nettie, who is very in tune with her feminine ways. So the daughter grows up seeing these two different females and having lots to do with these two different females. One of them is one way, one of them is the total opposite. So I'm thinking that what this book does, what this memoir does, is take you through her life and see her grappling with what type of female she wants to emulate. I guess that it was described as powerful in several different ways, and I love a powerful book. I love a book about women. I love a book about a woman trying to figure it out. That's really tough when your mom is one way and you've got this other super cool chick who's living her life a totally different way. Who do you want to be? So I think that book sounds really interesting. I assume that you're seeing a vibe. I'm kind of going for women's stories, baby. That is what I'm into right now. And I just need to read more about these female experiences. So that is Fierce Attachments by Vivian Gornick. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to mention Matthew Perry's memoir, Friends, Love, and the Big Terrible Thing, or something like that. So Matthew Perry, today is October 31st. Happy Halloween. But he obviously passed away on the 28th, I believe. And I immediately bought his memoir. I watch Friends religiously. I watch it every single night. After the kids, after Will has gone to bed, after I've put my book down, I always put on Friends. There's nothing I've watched more. It has gone with me to New York City when I moved there the first time, the Outer Banks every time I moved there, my personal new home that I live in. Friends has always gone with me. I am absolutely obsessed with it. I would love to read about Matthew Perry's struggles, especially with his death. Obviously, I've been seeing lots of excerpts from the book. I know that celebrity memoirs are such a thing that are looked down upon, but I've read several that I really, really, really enjoy. So I purchased it on Audible. Actually, I had a credit and I wanted to give to whoever's collecting for Matthew Perry now that he's gone. And I'm really looking forward to learning more about everything. So I totally forgot to mention that in my video. I guess probably it's because like I've already purchased it and I'm definitely going to be listening to it. But yeah, I'm very, very excited about listening to Matthew Perry in his own words tell his life story. So rest in peace, buddy. Okay, so the final book I want to talk about is Good Morning, Destroyer of Men's Souls, a memoir of women, addiction, and love. I did not write down the author. I am so sorry, but I will put a picture here. Okay, so Good Morning, Destroyer of Men's Souls is a memoir. This woman loves her. So it's a toxic love story, it sounds like, dealing with addiction. So she says that she starts the book with saying his disease is addiction, mine is loving him. It kind of sounds like an enabling type of story. It kind of goes through their relationship. I don't typically read things like this. I do, however, have addiction in my family. I have seen a lot of enabling happening. I see what it does to relationships. I have seen what it just does to everybody's life around. Even you as the enabler or just trying to save this one person, it is affecting everybody around you, and you're just so sick yourself trying to save this person. And generally it's by doing the wrong things, the worst things, the things that allow the addict to continue doing it. So I haven't returned to a story like that in a long time. Things seem sort of healed in my life, thank God. But I feel like it will be good for me to kind of go back to kind of read that type of story again. It is also about a woman, again, trying to deal with all of these different things, trying to figure out like what the right thing is. And I don't know, it just sounded interesting to me, and I just love the title, Good Morning, Destroyer of Men's Souls. I just think that it should be how like a news station should start their show or something. It just sounds huge and fantastic. So those are the books I am hoping to check out in Nonfiction November. I'm going to make a whole separate, once I do get to the library and pick out those books, I'm going to intermingle different, cozy reads. And so again, we'll see how many of these get to, but sometime in the year of 2024 or sometime in my lifetime, I would definitely love to check out these nonfiction books. I hope that this little video of recommendations, things that I'm interested in, might spark your interest in something like that. I love the idea of Nonfiction November. We will just see how many nonfiction books I get to. I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on. I just really wanted to make like a specialized video for the books that I am interested in. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you had the best scary season ever. I hope that you read lots of good, fun, fall, scary, horror, thriller, cozy, happy, beachy, whatever type of book you were feeling in your soul. I hope that you read lots of them in the month of October, and I will see you in November. Take good care. Bye.